So may I now request Mr. Ajit Kumar Chopra, Chairman, IGBC Chennai Chapter, to offer his welcome remarks and set the tone for the Green Building Congress 2023. Over to you, Mr. Ajit.
Our guest of honor, Mr. Oliver Balchet, MBE, British High Commissioner, Chennai. Mr. Jamshid Godrej, Chairman, CII, Green Businesses. Chairman, Mr. Gurmeet Singh Arora, Vice Chairman, Mr. Sagar, distinguished guests, speakers, delegates, supporters, friends from the press and media. A very good morning to you all and a hearty welcome to the 21st edition of the Green Building Congress 2023. We at Chennai are pleased to host this annual flagship event, the Green Building Congress in Chennai. We are sure that this event will significantly contribute to reinforcing India's position as a leader on the global green building map. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce that this particular Congress has received overwhelming response, both from the industry and the government. We, in fact, are excited to share that the Tamil Nadu government is a partner state for this Green Building Congress. This Congress has come to the Chennai after 10 long years. We appreciate the government's effort, Tamil Nadu government's effort towards achieving sustainable goals in pursuit of moving towards net zero waste, water, energy. Just 2 days back, on 21st of November, the Honorable Minister for Industries, Government of Tamil Nadu, at the recently held EV conclave, mentioned about the efforts being taken by the government to inculcate climate common sense among the public in Tamil Nadu. I mean, this may sound a small word, but it has a very, very wide meaning, and we at IGBC and people who work towards sustainability to appreciate the efforts which are being taken by the government. He, in fact, went ahead and said that the government has organized a one-day sensitizing program for all the ministers on how and the impact of climate change would be there. We applaud the excellent initiative taken by the government of Tamil Nadu, one of which is Meendum Manjapai, a campaign initiated by the Chief Minister, which aims to raise the awareness among the citizens about the importance of reducing the use of plastic. Tamil Nadu's commitment towards the green building movement can be witnessed to landmark projects such as IGBC certified buildings, namely the Anna Centenary Library, the Chennai Metro Rail Limited, the Smart Governance Center, and many more such projects. I recall 10 years back, but almost 15 years back, when the green building started, Chennai had a leadership role in this particular field. I'm sure this particular Congress will propel the state further. I'm happy to welcome Mr. Oliver Balchet, the British Deputy Commissioner in Chennai. Mr. Oliver has a long-standing background working with various international organizations, and he is a career diplomat. He has traveled widely across the country. Mr. Oliver has significant contributions in Brazil on energy and global climate change, when he was the Consulate General in Rio de Janeiro. Previously, Mr. Oliver had also served as the Deputy Head of the UK Government UN Peacekeeping Joint Unit. Yesterday, during the banquet being hosted by the Honorable Deputy High Commissioner, he had mentioned that though his residence, the wonderful residence where he hosted the banquet for the British delegation, which had come specifically for this particular Congress, he mentioned that this particular building is more than 100 years old, and the efforts are being taken by him towards sustainability to achieve net zero. So we at IGBC would be willing to more than partner and ensuring that your particular whole campus is getting certified as green, and your High Commission's office as well as residents could achieve both net zero as well as net zero water and energy. IGBC and UK FCO are jointly fast-tracking transfer of clean technologies of UK and India. We look forward to your address, sir, and views on enhancing our partnership. We at IGBC are glad to work and collaborate with the government of UK and various institutions and organizations based in UK for the large-scale adoption of net zero concept. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome Mr. Jamshed Godrej, National Chairman, IGBC Godrej Green Business Center. Mr. Godrej is a pioneer in the green building movement in our country. Under his able leadership, we began with just one green building, our own green business center, way back in 2001, a 20,000 square feet building, and now we stand strong with a total green footprint in excess of 10.42 billion square feet across India. Sir, under your able guidance and leadership, we hope to disseminate knowledge and enable collective action throughout India, further strengthen the green building movement in accordance with our national net zero goals. I'm also, ha- I'm also happy to welcome our national chairman, Mr. Gurmeet Singh Arora. Mr. Gurmeet, under your dedicated leadership, India now stands as the world's second largest country with a remarkable 10.42 billion square feet of green building footprint. Your commitment to the green building movement has been instrumental in this success, and I'm confident that under your guidance, the net zero movement will also reach newer heights. Mr. Tyagarajan, National Vice President, IGBC, a warm welcome to you, sir. The fresh and varied insight you bring to IGBC will indeed go a long way in further accelerating the green and the net zero movement in this country. You have walked the talk and demonstrated that going green way is not only good for the planet Earth, but also makes good business sense. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to share that Tamil Nadu has achieved a remarkable green building footprint, reaching almost 473 million square feet of built space across 755 registered projects. IGBC Chennai chapter recently organized two conferences. The first was Waterwise, discussing the Tamil Nadu government's water management measures. The second was air-centric focus on indoor air quality, emphasizing the importance of the healthy indoor environment. These events underscore the chapter's commitment to sustainability and environmental awareness. Yesterday evening, we wrapped up the Green Education Conclave at Anna University. The event with the participation of numerous senior educators and bright and young students. The session was interactive and many young minds were ignited to go towards sustainable living practices. A warm welcome to all the speakers, experts, and delegates across the nation. A special thanks to all the supporters of this particular event. I would also like to thank and welcome the members from the press and media, as your support is crucial in spreading the message of the necessity of green building nationwide. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again welcome you all to this three-day deliberation. I'm sure the Green Building Congress 2023 will greatly enrich all of us. Have a pleasant stay and enjoy the warmth and the cuisines of Chennai. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ajit Kumar Chodia, Chairman IGBC Chennai chapter, for the wonderful welcome remarks and highlighting about state government being a partner to this Green Building Congress. Now, with much ado, may I request Gurmeet Singh Arora, the National Chairman, IGBC, to share his theme address with all of us. Over to you, Mr. Gurmeet.
Thank you, Anand. Good morning. You know, my ears, you can see, are covered. And my wife also says I have selective hearing. So I can't hear you. Good morning. Come on, let's bring energy into this room. Good morning. Great. Mr. Jamshed Godrej, Chairman, CII, Sorabji Godrej Green Business Center. Mr. Oliver All Hatchet, Deputy High Commissioner and Deputy Director, Investment India, British Deputy High Commission, Chennai, Mr. B. Thiagarajan, National Vice Chair, IGBC, sponsors, exhibitors, friends from the media, my dear team from Chennai, Mr. Ajit Chordia, Chairman IGBC Chennai chapter, Mr. Mahesh Anand, Deputy Chair, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you on the 21st edition of IGBC Green Building Congress, India's only flagship event on green buildings and built environment. Your presence, ladies and gentlemen, is an encouragement and testament to the wide adoption of green building concepts throughout India. India, as we know, is on the cusp of some big and positive developments. We have the fastest growth rate in the world today. India's GDP grew by 7.8% in the April to June quarter compared to 6.1% from January to March quarter and is already at a one-year high. According to IMF and Economic Outlook, Indian economy increased $3.2 trillion US dollars in 21-22 to $5 trillion US dollars in 26-27. All of you are responsible for this. Please give yourself a big hand. India currently is constructing 34 kilometers of roads every day. And the target now is to enhance 50 kilometers of roads every day. Our urbanization rate in India is at 6.7%. India is constructing the area of one Chicago or 600 square kilometers is being added to India's urban landscape every year. The EV electric vehicle population as on 8th of August 2023 is 28,30,565 cars and will increase because of 49% CAGR between 2023 and 2030 with 10 million annual sales by 2030 to create 50 million direct and indirect jobs. 40% of all payments in India are digital. 89.5 million transactions took place only in 2022, and 46% of the world's digital payments are from India. We have innovation with complete privacy protection. India's success at the international forums like Quad, STARK, International Solar Alliance. I think Dr. Ajay Mathur, are you here? The International Solar Alliance is on the way. Okay. Stands the G20 recently concluded B20 G20 stands testimony to our long-standing partnerships worldwide. Our population currently stands at 1.43 billion, and we have the youngest population in the world, estimated at 17.76% of the entire world's population. The Indian greeting Namaste occurs in the Vedas as a salutation to the divine and a greeting for all. So, ladies and gentlemen, even delegates out of the country, Namaste. Ladies and gentlemen, divinity exists all around us. However, when we take stock of India's transforming built environment and the emerging realities attributed to climate change and sustainability, including planet, people, and prosperity, we find shocking climatic catastrophic conditions leading to an increase in greenhouse gas emissions, teaching us lessons the hard way. Climate change is already a hard and accepted reality, and India is already at a point, manifesting the urgency of climate change and imminent existential threat to our dear nation's prosperity, security, well-being of our people. The killer pandemic revealed how off-target and vulnerable we stand as a modern society. The fabric of COVID-19 emerged amongst us with a sense of humility, solidarity, and resolve that were reaffirmed with fresh air, which again in Delhi and Bombay is got bad, even a seamless view from our windows. Witness in many places the improvement of air quality index and even animals and birds entering into human habitats, leveraging the partnership of people and planet. However, post-COVID-19, we have gone back to our old ways, less with more responsibility towards Mother Earth, but ladies and gentlemen, this will also fade away. Globally, the built environment represents the largest impact opportunity for transformative climate action. Among all end-use sectors, the building sector can play a central role for zero carbon futures. Buildings globally account for 40% of global greenhouse gas emissions, with building operations accounting for 28% and embodied CO2 emissions from materials and construction accounting for around 11%. The construction industry is also the most rapidly growing sector in India. New construction and retrofit of buildings offer some of the greatest opportunities for reducing emissions. While curbing resource waste and using creative circularity are huge opportunities for all of us, buildings also can be an inherent home for rooftop solar, energy storage, electrical and thermal, electric transports, charging infrastructure. That makes the context for building decarbonization even more significant. The transportation sector is growing rapidly and evolving with the EV revolution and is one of the biggest areas of carbon emissions, but only has an asset life of 5 to 7 years. So as you change your vehicle, you modernize, you get into newer vehicles, lesser emissions, and ultimately electric vehicles. However, buildings which are responsible for around 40% of the carbon emissions are in asset class, which are built for 50 to 70 years, and therefore are important right now or today in our process for decarbonization of our own country, our economy, and our cities. Our topic today is therefore apt with the theme Advancing Net Zero to Decarbonization. Here, IGBC currently is proud to have achieved, Ajit has already announced a green footprint of 10.42 billion square feet, being the second largest in the world, and is working on achieving 2 billion green footprint per year, targeting 50 billion when India turns young at 100 in 2047. Therein lies huge opportunities for each one of you as we move from 10 to 50 billion, not only for materials, but also for every sector attached to the construction industry, may it be consultancy, contracting, design, building, or architecture. So, ladies and gentlemen, my message to you is stick with IGBC. At the UN Climate Change Conference 2021, India announced a target of net zero emissions to achieve carbon neutrality by 2070. Many of us will not live to see that day. 2070 is long away. I will not be alive till then, so we have to do something now. India is committed to reduce its carbon emissions by 1 billion tons and carbon intensity of its economy by 45% within a few years. IGBC embarked on the mission of net zero by launching the net zero ratings on energy, water, and waste on the 22nd of April 2021 on World Earth Day. I am pleased to inform you that 350 leading corporations, and I'm not saying individuals, corporations, have signed up with IGBC with a net zero mission, and already around 100 plus projects are under different stages of certification and implementation to achieve net zero status. Today, we will launch the rating on net zero carbon, fourth pillar of net zero. I request all stakeholders to join us as secretaries and advance the net zero movement. To achieve India's mission on net zero, we require thousands of, not 350 corporations, at least 1,000 corporations to join the movement. To accelerate the net zero movement in our country, collaborations with national and international organizations are important. We have partnered with Enterprise Singapore, Japan Industrial Cooperation Agency, JICA, UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and the Danish industry to accelerate the net zero transition for the built environment. IGBC is also working on a roadmap to achieve carbon neutrality in the building construction sector in Bihar by 2070. We are also collaborating with stakeholders in Gujarat. Progress towards net zero carbon. This is an initiative taken up in collaboration with the Danish industry and is ongoing since several years. Significant changes in the materials being used to reduce embodied and operational carbon requires a change in mindset, ladies and gentlemen, and in the way we build, we can together create quick climate change gains. In our industry, where half of the built environment has yet to be constructed and will be standing in 2050, we are at a historic level of opportunity to decarbonize the built environment and to decarbonize our country, protecting equitable wellness, resilience for all, and a climate combat strategy to be developed with codes and technologies for creating net zero communities. IGBC headquarters, established in 2001, the CII Swaraj Godrej Green Building Center under the inspiring leadership of Mr. Jamshed Godrej, and he started the green building movement in the country. Please give him a big hand. Now is a positive energy builder. It produces more energy than it can consume. It's not that we sit out in the lawn or we don't have air conditioning or we don't use other devices, but we produce more energy than we can consume back to the grid. We don't get any money for it, but doesn't matter as long as our energy bill is zero. IGPC embarked on this journey with a vision to enable a sustainable built environment for all and facilitate India to be one of the global leaders in the sustainable built environment by 2025. We are the second largest green building in the world, but I assure you, we will soon become the largest green building council in the world. Today, with each one of your support, we have crossed a historic milestone, facilitated 11,500 plus projects, covering a green footprint of 10.42 billion square feet. I am proud to inform you that the milestone of crossing 10 billion square feet of green footprint was announced by none other than the Honorable President of India. I was lucky to be there, Srimati Draupadi Murmu at Delhi. To facilitate a faster adoption of green building concept, IGBC launched 31 unique green rating tools for different building typologies, ranging from commercial, residential, institutional, healthcare, hospitality, and built environment. We certify anything that is green. We have 29 chapters across the length and breadth of the country to percolate green concepts across our mother India. 205 founding organization members are our founding members, and 2137 organizations are our annual members. And I say organization, let's say Blue Star is a member, maybe there are 10,000 people as behind with Blue Star. When I talk of organizations, IGBC family has really grown. To meet the requirements of the building sector, Green Pro, a Type 1 eco label, enables stakeholders to select eco-friendly products and technologies. We are proud today that 7,800 plus certified products are certified under the Green Pro eco label. 350 plus manufacturers are adopting Green Pro. It supports sustainable practices in reducing environmental impact in building construction, operation, and maintenance, and reduces embodied carbon and reduces the cost of green building. Today, ladies and gentlemen, a certified green building does not cost more. A residential certified green building costs less if it's not certified. So if you have two similar buildings and one is certified by IGBC, that will cost you less to build, or 3% to 4%. A commercial building costs 2 to 3% or 5% more, but then your ROI on your energy, on your water, on your waste is 10 months to 1 year. So it now makes business sense to go green, ladies and gentlemen. Tamil Nadu is walking the talk by excelling and pioneering in sustainability and net zero initiatives. The government of Tamil Nadu has unveiled an action plan and strategically crafted a roadmap for Chennai to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. This plan prioritizes 6 key areas: electrical grid and renewable energy, building energy, sustainable transport, solid waste management, urban flooding and water scarcity, and the well-being of vulnerable populations. We are thankful to the government of Tamil Nadu for being the partner state for Green Building Congress 2020. You will be glad to know that IGBC has certified numerous iconic projects embracing sustainability in Tamil Nadu. For example, the Chennai Corporation Command Center, the Anna Centenary Library, the IIT Chennai, Dr. MGR Central Railway Station, and Chennai Metro Rail, to name a few. By the way, there is no metro rail station in India which is not certified by IGBC. All 750 metro rail stations of India are certified only by IGBC. Other states such as Maharashtra, West Bengal, the NCR National Capital Region, UP, and many other states are offering flow area ratio of flow space index, FSI, incentives to IGBC rated projects. We respectfully urge the Tamil Nadu government to consider extending 7.5 to 12.5% FAR for FSI for IGBC certified buildings statewide. This is a win-win situation. If you are able to save 40% energy in a city, 40-50% water where we have a lot of water scarcity, So the government will also save, and you will get buildings which are more habitable and more green. According to the Tamil Nadu Energy Development Agency, TIDA, in 2020, the solar energy renewable contribution here is already 4049 megawatt. We urge the government to promote such sustainable practices. For promoting net zero buildings in Tamil Nadu, we request the government of Tamil Nadu to consider the following for increased consumption of renewable energy in buildings and built environment. Please remove the cap on the capacity of rooftop solar that can be installed in a commercial or residential building. Presently, the regulation allows only 85% of the sanctioned demand capacity of rooftop solar which can be installed. We would request the government to consider 100% of the capacity. We would like to encourage net metering in commercial buildings. Presently, net metering is allowed only in residential buildings. Why not commercial? We request the government to reduce the cross-subsidy surcharge for purchase of renewable energy. Why are we making it more expensive when we want to go green? We must ensure that all metro cities in Tamil Nadu are certified under the IGBC city rating. What you can measure, ladies and gentlemen, you can monitor. The IGBC would be delighted to engage in collaboration with the government regarding sustainability and net zero initiatives. Such collaboration aims to provide support to the state to embrace environmentally friendly practices and transition towards a more sustainable and green future. Personally, it is gratifying to see a hall full. This hall has a capacity of about 2,000 chairs. And over the years, the Green Building Congress has facilitated the spread of green building movement in India. We began in 2001 with only 150 delegates. And we have around 1,800, 1,900 delegates in the room today, and many more coming. The Congress shall feature a 3-day conference and expo with 180 stalls that showcases the latest green building technology, products, and services. We have parallel conferences on green homes, carbon neutral cities, green and low carbon materials, net zero transitions for advancing facility management. We expect 10,000 visitors to the exhibition like we had in our last Congress in Hyderabad. More than 180 eminent international and national speakers will converge at the event, covering a wide range of subjects in green and net zero environment. Can you imagine having 60 speakers per day in 8 or 9 hours? How will you accommodate 60 speakers? But we have them. There are parallel sessions. I am sure with the passionate and committed stakeholders like you and with the government of Tamil Nadu, Green Building Congress 2023 will advance the spread of green and net zero movement in the country and in particular the state we are. I would like to thank all the sponsors, supporting organizations and associations for their continued support to IGBC. In conclusion, I would urge all stakeholders to join the green and net zero movement and partake in contributing to the nation's mission on achieving net zero. I quote the European Parliament, which says, I hope that the General Assembly will accept the resolution that will put the environment as a basic human right and that we can go forward, that both of us to defend this issue throughout the world. Executive Director Mr. Anderson of UNEP says, if one of us can do our part, we can retain and extend all benefits of ingenuity in the way that puts us back in many ways with nature. We can all find a way to live together on a planet of peace, prosperity, and equality. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can all be the change makers. Let us together be the change we want to see. I would request, ladies and gentlemen, all of you to stand up, please. Please stand up and repeat after me. I am the champion. You are the champion. We are all the champions. Thank you. Please sit down. I end by a quote from Albert Einstein, and he says, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Gurmeet Singh Arora, the National Chairman, IGBC, for inspiring all of us and making us deeply commit towards joining the IGBC's mission on making a net zero carbon emitter by 2070. Now, let me turn the spotlight on to Mr. Oliver, British Deputy High Commissioner, Chennai, for a special address. Over to you, Mr. Oliver.
Vanakkam. Mr. Singh did the English one. Let me hear the Chennai welcome. Vanakkam. Very good. Vanakkam, namaskar. Good morning. My name is Oliver, and I am the British Deputy High Commissioner in Chennai. I've been here for 4 years, which is why my Vanakkam sounds almost right. That's about the limit of my Tamil, though, even after 4 years. Thank you very much, Federation of Indian Industry, Mr. Singh, the Chairman of the Indian Green Business Council, for organising this event and giving me the honour of being here speaking to you all today. Thank you, welcome, hello. It's great to meet all the speakers. It's great to see all you participants, people who come from Chennai, from Tamil Nadu, from across India, and from across the world. We have some UK businesses here as well, and a bit more on that later. Well done for wading through the puddles. You've come during the rainy season, as you will have seen. But I hope you've enjoyed some relatively cleaner air if you've come from other parts of the country. Those are just two of the climatic challenges that we are all facing, not just here in India, but in my country and across the world. So India and the UK have vibrant democracies. We are leading economies, and we share many commitments. We are very like-minded in many ways. We are committed to free, open, and secure Indian Ocean and Indo-Pacific, and we are committed to joint leadership in many fields, in the fields of climate, green energy, and health, that collectively represent a force for good. And we have an extraordinarily ambitious and multifaceted bilateral relationship. And that is enshrined in our 2030 roadmap, which was agreed and signed by our two prime ministers a couple of years ago. And this set out our objectives, the sectors I talked about already, and ranging from science and education to defense and people-to-people ties. And a core element of this roadmap, one is climate, another is trade and investment, two important elements why we're all here today. And our shared ambition is to double trade between our two countries by 2030, and we're doing very well. Last year, we did 36 billion pounds worth of bilateral trade, which was a significant increase, 40% from the year before. And India-UK investment relationships support over 500,000 jobs across both economies. The UK is the fourth largest investment destination in India, and the largest in Europe. And conversely, the UK was the seventh largest source of investment in India in the financial year 22-23, and a lot of that here in Tamil Nadu. And we have an ambitious agenda to enhance our bilateral relationship, including, as you will all know, the ongoing free trade agreement negotiations. Now, a free trade agreement needs to work for both sides. That's why it takes time. The one we are negotiating at the moment is moving at a rapid pace. And a forward-facing, strong trade deal can bring down barriers, cut red tape, by tariffs across a range of products, and it can create new trade and investment opportunities and champion free trade, as well as increasing the flow of ideas, people, and products. Currently, we're on round 13 of the free trade agreement negotiations, and we are continuing to negotiate with India towards a comprehensive and ambitious deal. Now more towards the subjects of this conference, net zero. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't promote what the UK is doing on net zero. And in fact, what we are doing with India to move towards net zero. My country, I'm proud actually to say that my country was the first in the G7 to enshrine into law a net zero emissions target by 2050. And we're making meaningful progress towards that target with a commitment to reduce 78% of our emissions by 2035. And that's against the baseline of 1990. And to focus those efforts, we created in February 2023 a new department, the Department of Energy Security and Net Zero. And because these sort of commitments and efforts are producing results, because of this, we are already down. The UK's share of global emissions is now less than 1%, perhaps more than it should be, but a lot less than other comparable sized economies. And we also appreciate the requirement to support developing countries when it comes to reducing emissions. And that's why we, the UK, committed $2 billion to the Green Climate Fund, which is one of the biggest commitments of any of its kind. And sort of to highlight a few areas that we are focusing on, electric vehicles, for example. And a lot of the like I say, the commitments and signals that we have set have attracted billions of dollars worth of investment. And you can see that doing sort of the right thing by the climate actually it makes good business sense, as Mr. Singh has set out already. For example, Tata's Gigafactory, they've announced a £4 billion investment in the UK to make batteries. And we in the UK expect most of our cars by 2030, or new cars sold by 2030, to be electric. Renewables, we're very proud also to be in the top 2 countries in the world with installed offshore wind. And I say that with excitement standing here in Tamil Nadu, because India has ambitious targets in that regard as well, particularly for here in Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. I think it was announced that India is about to launch the first stage of offshore wind projects targeting 8 gigawatts. And I said that the UK is has one of the highest installed capacities in the world, and that stands at 14 gigawatts. 8 gigawatts as a start by India is a huge ambition, and we are delighted to be working with India, and particularly down here in Tamil Nadu on offshore wind. And there's developing technology on that. To give you an example, Sense Wind in Scotland is developing technology to service floating offshore wind turbines while still out at sea. And in other areas of renewables, researchers at Cambridge University have established a new way of turning sunlight into fuel. And much of this innovation is happening in the UK, in India, and across the world. And that's why it is so important that we collaborate internationally. A couple of things about our UK's work in India, our partnership with India. We're working very closely with India on the shared priorities and the common challenge of clean growth through various exchange partnerships and technological collaborations. So on the sort of government side, there is much happening. On the corporate side, UK companies are working with their Indian counterparts to develop a strong ecosystem of innovation and product development and commercial partnerships. Just here in Chennai, my team have helped to bring a UK and India company together to develop some very high-tech equipment to bring down exhaust emissions in large machinery that can't move, can't electrify at this stage, bringing down NOx and SOx and other emissions by 95%. That's an excellent example of UK-India collaboration through the private sector. And we also have, just to give one example, a UK-India technical assistance partnership program called the Accelerating Smart Power and Renewable Energy. We call it ASPIRE, and that is working on a bunch of things, including what I've talked about already, offshore wind. And here in Tamil Nadu, just in Tamil Nadu, one state in this huge country, my team are working with the government of Tamil Nadu on a range of areas, including future mobility, offshore wind, green hydrogen, industrial decarbonisation, heat mitigation, low emission zones, and community-based adaptation and mitigation. And that's just here in Tamil Nadu. We have our 10 offices of the British High Commission Network in India working in similar projects in collaboration with India. To give you one more example, the Department of Business and Trade is one of the government departments that is represented in the British High Commission in Network in India, is in collaboration with the CII's India Green Business Council, has launched the UK-India Net Zero Accelerator Programme. And the objective of this programme is to introduce innovative UK clean tech solutions to the India market, long-term partnerships between these ecosystems. And I'm delighted that some of those, the participants in that programme, the UK-India Accelerator Programme, are here today. We have 12 UK companies participating at this Green Building Conference. And they are here to showcase their expertise in renewable energy, in sustainable infrastructure, waste and water management, net zero standards, green tech, and air pollution. Do visit our UK pavilion, which is just outside. Maybe the UK companies can put their hands up and they can show us who they are. There you go. They're a bit shy this morning. We had a reception last night. Maybe we're too strong. So, in conclusion, you'll be pleased to hear. The UK and India are leading international efforts to tackle climate change and move towards net zero. The UK has shown that it is possible to decarbonize its economy, support clean growth, whilst also growing its economy as well. It is possible to decarbonize and to make money at the same time, as I think you probably all know. And we are committed to collaborating with international partners to help us all deliver these decarbonisation challenges. There's a UK session tomorrow, and you'll hear more about some path-breaking work done by UK companies, some of the stuff I've talked about already. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a human race, we are facing, I would say, the biggest challenge in our history, that is climate change. It's abundantly clear that high-quality, sustainable, and resilient infrastructure development is key to ensuring that we leave a legacy of economic, social, and environmental improvement for our future generations. We have people have a right, I think, to breathe clean air. They have a right to walk down streets that are safe, and they have a right to live in a world that we haven't made uninhabitable. And the good news is, I think it's possible to give future generations that right, whilst also making a bit of money along the way. So thank you very much for inviting me to give this address. It's great to see you all, and have a great Congress.
Thank you, Mr. Oliver, British Deputy High Commissioner, Chennai, for your special address and focusing on how we can take forward the Net Zero Energy Accelerator and other programs. We in IGBC see a huge opportunity in collaborating with you and your entire team, both in Chennai as well as in UK Green Building Council and the UK also. So now may I request Mr. Jamshed Godrej, Chairman CA, Saurabh Godrej, Green Business Center, Hyderabad, for the special address and all of us. What do you think about it?
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 21st Green Building Congress. I'm very pleased to have in our midst today Mr. Oliver Ball-Hatchett, MBE, British Deputy High Commissioner in Chennai, Mr. Gurmeet Singh Arora, Chairman of the IGBC, the Indian Green Building Congress, Mr. P. Tyagarajan, who's the Vice Chairman of IGBC, Mr. Ajit Kumar Chordia, Chairman of IGBC Chennai Chapter, distinguished guests, amongst them Mr. V. Suresh, our immediate past Chairman of IGBC, and Mr. Parsuraman, who has been instrumental in our movement in green buildings since many, many years, actually from the beginning. Speakers and delegates here, and supporters and friends from press and media. Let me first of all congratulate the entire leadership of IGBC for achieving this remarkable goal of 10.4 billion square feet of green buildings. This is not only is it a remarkable achievement, but I think the fact that it has in 20 years brought us to be the second largest footprint green buildings in the world, also extremely remarkable. And I think that we have an opportunity at this stage to become a leader in net zero green buildings. And that is something that I think is not just the theme of this conference, but also something that is entirely doable and one which we can aspire to. And I know that the entire leadership of GBC and IGBC are committed to do that. So I look forward to saying that one day we will be not just the leader, but by far the leader in net zero buildings. I must say that the leadership of IGBC, especially with Gurmeet and Tyagarajan and immediate past chairman Suresh, and one of our founding chairmen, who was Prem Jain, the late Prem Jain, who did a lot for this movement in our country. I really do want to thank them all for their leadership. As you may know, the green building uh, is actually a part of what we do in the Green Business Center of CII. CII took on the challenge of greening businesses more than 20 years ago uh, and has a long history of working in energy efficiency and renewable energy. And amongst them, I think that we are quite blessed that many of the standards which have been built around all of this, especially the green company rating system and the green product rating system. These are both very remarkable in addition to all the standards that we have on buildings and built environment. Uh, I think India is one of the few countries in the world that have been able to take a leadership position in these standards. And it is remarkable that we have over 1,000 companies, members of CII, who have taken the lead in showing that their companies can adhere to a very vigorous rating system, which is part of GreenCo. The good thing about GreenCo is that you can start at the bottom end of the GreenCo, keep moving up to Platinum and Platinum Plus. And I'm sure we will be in Platinum Plus 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 very soon, because that's the type of ambition that we see from many, many Indian businesses. So I'm particularly pleased to be in Tamil Nadu, which has been a leader in wind energy and renewable energy for many years. I think long before it took on the shape of a big national movement. Tamil Nadu was a leader in wind energy, and when the wind blows, I think Tamil Nadu has more energy than it needs, and obviously can help out its neighbors. But to have an integrated renewable energy system in our country is actually become extremely important. You probably have been reading the news that demand for energy in India has grown so rapidly that we are forced to run our coal-fired power plants uh, beyond its capacity, really. And the demand for coal has also increased exponentially. And this is rather unfortunate in the sense that we have to use more coal, but fortunate in the sense that because of our growth, of our GDP, growth uh, of industry, growth of our economy, that this huge demand for energy exists. And on top of that, the global warming has created a huge demand for cooling requirements. So you find that people who would run their air conditioners for 6 hours a day now have to run it for 8 or 10 hours a day. And so there's an exponential increase in the need for energy for cooling, which points out clearly to us that we need a very strong level of interaction and intervention in managing the demand for cooling through various means, including energy efficiency. Of course, the building sector is a key component for cooling. And as you know, the rating system for green buildings incorporates a high energy efficient uh, cooling as part of buildings. So I must add one point of caution as far as building sector is concerned. We all know the very severe air pollution issues that have taken place in various parts of our country, especially in the north of India, but now has included the west, Bombay, and other cities. And I think that the building sector will have to do some major introspection about how to manage dust on the site. It's not only buildings, it's roads, construction, it's the entire infrastructure work that goes on, whether it's metros or whatever. But I think that the construction sector will have to adhere to a much higher level of standard as far as dust is concerned. And dust abatement uh, through various means will have to become center stage. Otherwise, managing air pollution is going to be very difficult. And I do hope that the entire building sector and the construction sector uh, rises to this challenge, because this is going to be a major health issue uh, for Indians, and is already become a very important health issue, especially in Delhi and the northern belt. Uh, there have been any number of reports about how life expectancy has reduced by up to 10 to 12 years already in the area around Delhi, etc., because of air pollution. So I think this is a big responsibility on us, and we should step up to it. I must tell you that I've been quite involved in many, many discussions on the approach to the COP28 that will take place in a few weeks in the United Arab Emirates. And the UAE government have come under enormous criticism because their oil minister, who is responsible for oil and gas production, is also the president of the COP28. And but the point that has come out, and I think which is what we all should appreciate, is that the UAE, like all of industry, we are part of the problem, but we are also a big part of the solution. And the UAE has talked about how they will be a part of the solution. I think they are committed to move on the finance track. This is an area that India has been very keen on, to make sure that the type of investment available throughout the world for investment in renewables and other interventions, both mitigation and adaptation, are available. So that the UAE has made a very clear commitment that they will move the finance track. Also, they are very clear that they want to increase ambition. And one example is that even though the oil minister is the president of the COP, he's also the president of Masdar. And Masdar is their number one leader in renewable energy. And it was very interesting that I had an interaction with the, the, the president of incoming COP28 when he talked about how their ambition is to be the world's largest investor and producer of green energy in the world. So I think that, we are seeing that the whole world is coming together, whether they are oil producers or not, uh, in moving towards climate mitigation and adaptation. And I think that that is a wonderful development. I do hope that not only this coming COP, but the future COPs will all add to the ambition. For India, I think that there is a huge opportunity for us not just to achieve the targets that are very ambitious targets that our Prime Minister has articulated for 2030 and beyond, uh, but to remember, as Gurmeet also mentioned, that even though the country's net zero target may be 50 years from now, everything that we do now will count towards that. So that's really an important aspect. I think we should remember that action today will make a big difference in the way we go. So I want to congratulate all of you once again. Uh, I just walked through the exhibition a little while ago and saw it looks very vibrant. Uh, I'm very pleased that industry has stepped up to this big challenge, and I'm glad that all of you are part of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Godrej, Chairman of CI Godrej Green Business Center, Hyderabad, for sharing your valuable inputs and setting the context with respect to the COP28 also, which we are all eagerly looking forward. So may I now request all the dignitaries to join in front of the head table, please. So we have some announcements of the awards and launches. Can I request Mr. Godrej, Mr. Oliver to on the front? So one of the first announcements or the awards, which is very, very closer to all of us in CI IGBC, is the IGBC Green Your School Competition 2023. So Green Your School program is an annual contest for schools across India being organized for the last 17 years with the support of Carrier. So let us give a big round of applause to Carrier for supporting us for more than 2 decades. So the objective of IGBC's Green Your School program contest is to encourage all the school children to come up with their own ideas which can improve, restore, aesthetics, and convert their own existing schools into a much more healthier, greener, and happier school. We thank Mr. Anup Bhutani, Head of EHS and CSR Career India, and Mr. Sanjay Sharma, Marketing Director, Commercial HVAC, and the entire Carrier team for guiding the entire team IGBC, which has made a great impact across the India and reached a greater heights. This year, Green Year School 2023 program theme is for the competition is life, lifestyle for environment, aligned with Government of India's objective. We have received more than 300 plus schools across India participated. Distinguished members of the jury were extremely happy with the efforts made by the amazing school children with their innovative ideas. Simple and impactful ideas were presented. Indeed, the jury members had a tough time in selecting the finalists till yesterday. The team worked with a unique format for your Green Year School competition this year, in which 8 finalists were selected, out of which 3 finalists shall be awarded under the 3 categories. One, innovation. Number two, health benefits. Third, education and awareness. So may I now request the best moment of this particular award on the Green Year School competition. The top 3 winners are goes like this. May I request, yeah, may I request Mr. Sanjay Sharma, the carrier team, to join us on the dais, please. Mr. Anu Bhutani and Sanjay Sharma. Okay. So the top three winners of the Green Year School Contest of IGBC 2023 is Bhartiya Vidya Bhavan's Atmakuri Rama Rao School, Hyderabad is the winner under the category of Benefits to the Environment. Give a big round of applause to Bhartiya Vidya Bhavan's Atmakuri Rama Rao School, Hyderabad. The next winner is Kendra Vidyalaya BSF Camp, Chawala, Delhi is the winner under the category of Education and Awareness. Let's put our hands together to Kendra Vidyalaya BSF Camp, New Delhi. Third winner is Navy Children's School, Karwar, Karnataka is the winner under the category Innovation. Give a big round of applause to the Navy Children's School, Karnataka. So let us give a big round of applause to all the 250 school children who have participated in this career supported Green Youth School program. It is indeed a very proud moment for all of us in IGBC, and big congratulations to Bhartiya Vidya Bhavan Atmakuri Ramarao School, Hyderabad, Kendra Vidyalaya BSF Camp, Delhi, Navy Children's School, Karnataka. Give a big round of applause to all the winners, please. Thank you. The next category is IGBC Green Design Competition for Architectural Colleges and Schools of Planning and Architecture. We are happy to inform you that the 17th edition of IGBC Green Design Competition was organized this year for architecture college students with the support of Daikin. We in IGBC thank Daikin for supporting IGBC for the last 17 editions of IGBC Green Design Competition. Let us put our hands together to thank the entire Daikin team over here. Daikin has been supporting this initiative for the last several decades. We thank Mr. K. Ganesh Rao, General Manager, Daikin AP, and Mr. Muralidhar, General Manager, Daikin Karnataka, to join us along with the dignitaries to give this year's award. This year's theme for IGBC Green Design Competition 2023 is Design for Life: Small, Medium, and Large Solutions for a Sustainable Tomorrow. We have received more than 700 plus registrations from students across 140 architectural colleges across the country. The team worked with the unique format for design competition this year. The jury was held in 3 different locations for the small, medium, and large category design solutions, respectively. Our heartfelt thanks to architect Shahrukh Mistry to host the jury for the medium scale design solutions in his wonderful Bangalore office. Give a big round of applause to architect Shahrukh. And second jury members were in an amazing place, architect Sandeep Shikre, SSA Architects Office, to host the jury for the large-scale design solutions in his own beautiful office in Mumbai. Architect Sheetal for extending her support to host the small-scale design solutions jury in New Delhi in her own office premises. So we in IGBC are thankful to Ms. Geeta Balakrishnan and her entire team from Ethos for their brilliant efforts in making this competition very unique and more successful and impactful. All the innovative design ideas were displayed at the entry of this main hall. I would request each one of you to go through it after the inaugural session or during the next 2 days of the Green Building Congress. And though it was very challenging to shortlist for the award, the eminent jury members, with all their expertise and knowledge, wisdom, has nominated 6 design solutions, 2 in each category for the award, one jury's special award under the medium and large category. So now I would love to call on stage Mr. Ganesh Rao and Mr. Muralidhar from Daikin and Ms. Geeta Balakrishnan from Ethos to present the awards to the winners. I request them to join me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is the time we acknowledge the hard work of the students, architectural design students put in this particular competition. The second prize winner under the small category is Mr. Charan Kamal Preet Singh from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. He will receive a cash award also for Indian rupees 25,000. Give a big round of applause to Charan Kamal Preet Singh from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. The first prize under the small category is won by Mr. Abhishek Karat from VIT's PVP College of Architecture, Pune. The first prize winner will receive a cash prize of 50,000 rupees. Give a big round of applause to Mr. Abhishek Karat. And Shubham. Yeah, the second prize winner under the medium scale category is Ms. Maitri Shah from BMS School of Architecture, Yelanka, Bangalore. She will receive a cash award of Indian rupees 25,000 rupees. Give her a big round of applause to Maitri Shah from BMS School of Architecture. The first prize under the medium scale category is won by Mr. Heath Sangvi and Mr. Ansh Kadam from SMEF's BRICS Group of Institutes, Pune. The first prize winner will receive a cash prize of Indian rupees 50,000 rupees. Give them a big round of applause to Heath and Ansh from SMEF's BRICS Group of Institutes, Pune. The second prize winner under the large scale category is Ms. Shruti Chowdhury from Lokmanya Tilak Institute of Architecture and Design Studies, Navi Mumbai, and she will receive a cash award of 25,000 rupees. Give her a big round of applause to Ms. Chaudhary from Lokmanya Tilak Institute of Architecture and Design Studies, Navi Mumbai. First prize under the category of large scale is won by Ms. Shaurya Singh from SEP Faculty of Architecture from Ahmedabad. The first prize winner will receive a cash prize of 50,000 rupees. Give her a big round of applause to Ms. Singh from SEP Faculty of Architecture, Ahmedabad. The jury special award under medium and large scale categories won by Mr. Sandhya Shah from VIT's PVP College of Architecture, Pune. He will receive a crash prize of Indian rupees 50,000. Give a big round of applause to the jury special award winner, Mr. Sandhya Shah. So we in IGBC applaud and appreciate all the entries and all the architecture students who participated in the IGBC's Green Design Competition 2023 supported by Daikin. So the next category is on, one group photograph with all the participants who have won the IGBC's design competition. Please join us. Give all the winners a big round of applause. IGBC Design Competition 2023 supported by Daikin. Thank you. The next is another important and a very unique initiative of IGBC, which started 8 years ago in Mumbai. We call it as IGL, which stands for IGBC Green League 2023. So the 8th edition has been concluded in 2023. We are delighted to announce the for the IGL 2023 this year. More architects, engineers, students, and generous support from Star Steel, Ion Exchange, Saint Gobain, Nippon Paint, Bolt Air, Enviro Connect, Farad, and the Green Area. They all supported the IGL 2023 edition. May I request you to give a big round of applause to all the supporters, the participants. The event took place under the guidance of Mr. Gurmit Singh, Chairman, IGPC. We received numerous nominations from the visionary organizations like Capitaland, Blue Star, HDFC Bank, Nexus Mall, Hindalco, Nippon Paint, Eastern Central Railway, and many more organizations across the country. The concept of the competition was reform, perform, and transform. We garnered more than 420 registrations for the 2 phases of the participants across the country. The competition adopted a virtual format, and we extend our sincere thanks to Mr. Palani Nathan for hosting the virtual competition. Despite the challenging nature of the quiz competition, we are pleased to announce 4 winners out of the 420 participants. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the time to acknowledge the hard work made by all the 417 participants and professionals who have put a lot of energy and time. We are pleased to announce the IGBC Green League 2023 awards. The 4th prize winner, Mr. Omkar from Cushman Wakefield, Mumbai, will receive a cash award of 20,000 rupees. He couldn't join us physically. We acknowledge and give a big round of applause to Omkar. The 3rd prize goes to Mr. Elvis Paul Raj from Aerotomic Engineers Private Limited. He will receive a cash prize of 30,000 rupees. Give a big round of applause to Mr. Elvis Paul Raj, who has gone through the several rounds of IGL quiz competition. The 2nd prize winner of the IGL 2023 is Ms. Swati Vasa from Sapurji Group, Chennai. She will receive a cash award of Indian rupees 40,000 rupees. Give Ms. Swati a big round of applause for the winner, 2nd prize winner of IGL 2023. The first prize for the IGL 2023 goes to Mr. Sanjeev Parekh from Manipal University, Jaipur. Give a big round of applause to Sanjeev for winning the title of the IGL 2023 first prize. Thank you, Sanjeev. May I now request Mr. Karthikeyan for the few launches of the IGBC rating program. I would request the dignitaries to be there for a few more minutes, please.
Thank you, Anand. Very good morning to you all. You all might be aware, IGBC launched the net zero mission on net zero, and we have been working on facilitating the buildings to achieve net zero energy, net zero water, and net zero waste to landfill rating systems. The rating systems are already available. They have been widely adopted by the buildings in the country. And today we are launching the net zero carbon rating system. The IGBC net zero carbon rating system is developed under the leadership of architect Sandeep Shikre, chairman IGBC net zero carbon committee. May I request architect Sandeep Shikre also to join the dais, please. We are glad to inform you that more than about 50 industry leaders and subject matter experts were involved in developing the rating system, and the rating system has been aligned with the mission on net zero. The rating system is designed to address the projects both in terms of the embodied carbon emissions as well as the operating carbon emissions. So, the rating system promotes the use of the low carbon materials to reduce the embodied carbon emissions as well as adopt the latest technologies and renewable energy sources to address the operating carbon emissions. Now, may I request the dignitaries to release the IGBC net zero carbon rating systems. Friends, you all may be knowing already there are about 31 rating systems. We believe in each and every building is unique based on its typology. So we have the rating systems unique to the individual buildings. And we are also revising these rating systems as and when there is a requirement. So in the last few months, we have been working with all stakeholders. Based on the feedback received from the stakeholders, 3 rating systems have been revised. The first rating system is IGBC Green Factory Building Rating System. We are releasing the version 2. So over 550 projects have adopted the IGBC Green Factory Rating System so far. The version 1 has been improved and then released as version 2. So may I request the dignitaries to release the version 2 rating systems of IGBC Green Factory Buildings. And from IGBC point of view, we are also working extensively on IGBC, the existing buildings for improving the performance. We have IGBC Green Existing Building Rating System version 1. Already the pilot version was revised to version 1, and this version 1 also has been improved further based on the feedbacks received from the industry. So may I request the dignitaries to release the version 2 of IGBC Existing Building Rating System, which addresses the green aspects during operation and maintenance. So for your information, friends, we have more than about 550 building projects adopting the IGBC existing building rating systems as well. The third rating system which is getting revised and then released today is the IGBC Green Campus Rating System. From IGBC point of view, we are not only addressing the buildings, we are also addressing the building environment. The campuses which have got multiple buildings can also implement the green measures, and this rating system has been revised and the version 1 is getting released today. For your information, friends, more than about 100 campus projects are implementing the green measures and adopting the rating systems. So may I request all the dignitaries to release all the 3 rating systems. Thank you very much. Can I have a cordless mic, please? Is it possible? Cordless mic. Anyway, friends, Dr. Ajay Mathur, I mentioned your name earlier, the chairman of the International Solar Alliance. Thank you, sir, for being here. Friends, imagine a prestigious space where the Indian Green Building Council honors the superheroes of sustainability. I am talking about the highest award given by the Indian Green Building Council, the Hall of Fame. A grand stage that honors those incredible souls who have done outstanding contribution for the green building movement in India. This is where legends are born, where their names sparkle like stars. These awards were earlier given to the legends who rightfully earned their place in the distinguished Hall of Fame. Mr. Parshuraman, are you there? Can you stand up? Where are you, Parsu? Founding Chairman of IGBC, Mr. Padu Padmanabhan, Senior Advisor, US Aid. Padu, are you here? No, anyway. Dr. Kath Williams, past Vice Chair and President, World Green Building Council. And the Hall of Fame Award was given posthumously, presented to Dr. Prem C. Jain, past Chairman and my mentor, CII IGBC. So let's buckle up now for an eco extravaganza. We are about to unveil greatness with a sprinkle of mystery, ladies and gentlemen. My co-chair only knows who the awardee is. The Godrej, even our chairman, Chennai chapter, do not know who the awardee is. So any idea? Can you feel the excitement? Let anticipation hang in the air. I'll wait for some time. Any idea? Who? I don't think. Anyway, no more waiting. Let's dive into revealing our Hall of Fame honoree. Get set for a captivating journey through excellence. Can we have the photograph? Okay, it's there. I'm looking at myself here. Who's the mystery maestro? Unleash your detective skills and reveal the identity of this enigmatic individual. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. He started with speeches and he keeps on talking even now. He doesn't stop. Mastered the art of politics. He could have become a politician, but took an unexpected turn to lead the charge in sustainability. This dynamo is a born politician turned eco warrior. Now you can guess. An engineering expert breaking down complex concepts for a master of architecture. That's in Lorry Baker House. He teaches the architects also. He teaches everybody, bridging the gap between reality and blueprint. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is exploring Amsterdam's mischief like a pro. I won't go ahead. Nida, Suresh Saab, relax. Next slide. Timeless charmer, always in the game. This photograph is with the Bonnie M. Ma Baker, na 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 na. The man who loves Bonnie M and an ardent lover of ABBA. Mamma Mia, here I go again. The man who timelessly cuts ribbons with finesse and inaugurates all kinds of seminars and conferences. Next slide. Next slide, please. This man could rival a movie star. Not Rajnikant, huh? And his voice, it's the Amrish Puri of perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to unveil and announce the name of our exceptional Hall of Fame awardee, the youngest in IGBC, Mr. Vasudevan Suresh. Suresh ji, please come on the stage. Let us give him a thunderous round of applause and a standing ovation. Unwavering commitment to sustainability and his outstanding contribution to the green building movement in Other India.
May I request Mr. Parshuraman sir to please come onto the stage? Can I request Mrs. V. Suresh to please come onto the stage?
I would request Mr. Suresh to please speak for a minute. Mr. Suresh, don't scold your wife for clandestinely giving us the photographs, but we kept it a secret from Suresh Saab.
That was really a surprise. Well, I'm so happy that the honor, pleasure, and privilege to stand before you. Having worked in the sector for the last 58 years time period, I'm turning 80 this December, and to get this wonderful award from the great institution of CII IGBC is a great honor. And to have worked with the IGBC right from its birth in 2001, along with Parsu, and I'm so happy that Parsu got the Hall of Fame earlier, and he's also there too. Together in Hyderabad, we started this great movement of this establishment of IGBC nearly about 22 years back, and we have grown in a very large way and associated right from its beginning and been the chairman policy advocacy and government relations all along. And after Dr. Premsi Jain, our most dear leader in the green building movement, passed away in 1988, take over the green building movement, had a wonderful 3.5 years of association as the chairman of the Indian Green Building Council. And we are so happy that we have grown, as I said, from 150 numbers to as much as 20,000 people, sorry, 2,000 people in the audience here, and going from a small 20,000 square feet to about 10.42 billion square feet. And look at that image vision our present chairman has taken it forward. He wants to now do 2 billion per year and make it 50 billion by 2047, when India will be 100 years of that. And I'm sure it's achievable because we're already showing good results of with the number of rating systems and the number of governmental policies and regulations which make mandatory things of sustainability, and also the green building movement and the concern for energy, water, waste, and of course the net zero component. And we having launched each one of them and diversified into mobility segment, and also taking not only building from building to the built environment to get away from from that of each one of the buildings to that of a cluster to a neighborhood to a campus to a city level rating is something phenomenal. And we are first, in many cases, we are first in the country. Look forward to Briam, the UK Deputy High Commissioner is here. Briam was one of our starting one in the early 90s. You started. USGBC lead was there in 1995. We took inspiration from that. But even though we came in 2000, we had inspiration from those rating systems to start with. We later on indigenized with Indian requirements of the climatological condition with 95% of solar energy. And I'm so happy that District Professor Mathur Saab there in International Solar Alliance leading that. So as is clear design sky that we have, the standard overcast sky in UK as well as in other parts of the world. So making use of all that indigenous one for the six climatological zone, we got our own rating system. All the metro rating, mobility rating, we were the first to come. City rating, we were the first to come. So many countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia, including USGBC, have taken, adapted from our initiatives for these rating systems. We are the first to deal with that particular. I'm very happy that we are now a wonderful organization, bustling with enthusiasm. And the best thing that's happened is the next generation is taking it over, all over. The IGBC team that you have, they are very brand, they are bubbling with enthusiasm, and we're taking it to the students over. Yesterday, with the 360 IGBC student chapter, people in the Anna University, the oldest engineering college, incidentally, I come from that college, 230 years old. We had in the campus there, the whole one day exclusively dedicated for students of architecture, engineering, that we had the great event yesterday. And that shows the number of students and the approval with the Council of Technical Education, not only the Council of Technical Education, to bring in green elements part of the syllabus of architecture and engineering, along with the Council of Architecture, is a big thing. So next generation of youngsters coming out of the colleges are the green warriors in a big way. And we are getting the thing spread beyond the IGBC accredited professional to IGBC accredited professional associates. So that all the students and faculty will also be the torch bearers for this great moment. Thank you once again for the great honor bestowed on me. I take it with all humility. I did not get to where the photo come. Now I understand there has been behind my back, there has been a coup where my wife had given all these particular slides to them, and she even did not even mention that I'm going to get an award. Like, honestly, I'm telling you from the heart. But I'm really very happy to see all those old glimpses of what I was earlier and where I was 58 years of walk through this particular passion. Thank you once again. Heartily, I'm humbled and dedicating myself to the work of the green building movement. Always will be available continuously as long as we are there together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. V. Suresh. And may now request Mr. Tyagarajan, National Vice Chairman of Indian Green Building Council, to offer the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of Indian Green Building Council and on my own personal behalf, first of all, I wish to thank you all. It wouldn't have been successful without your contribution. It's such a large number on a working day, and it is raining. You have come over here. I must first thank you. I would like to thank Mr. Jamshed Godrej, Mr. Oliver Balachat, Mr. Gurmeet Singh Arora, Mr. Ajit Kumar Chodia, Mr. Mahesh Anand, Giri Anand, executive board members of IGBC, friends from the media, all the supporters, sponsors for making this inaugural session a successful one. I must also thank Mr. Parshuraman, founder chairman, immediate past chair, Mr. Suresh, for continuing to guide us. The minister was to be here due to some other engagements. He will be coming over later today or tomorrow. We will keep you posted of that. From the last Green Building Congress to this one, the important development is our crossing 10 billion square feet of built environment. and we are at 10.4 billion. And as Gurmeet mentioned, that when we meet next year, I am confident that we will cross 12 billion square feet of built environment. You have seen many standards being released, the landmark one being the net zero carbon one, which is a pioneering initiative by Indian Green Building Congress. We have an exhibition. I think that has reached the record level of participation. You will have an opportunity to visit that. Immediately after this session, after a small break, we do have an important session with the Director General of International Solar Alliance, Dr. Ajay Mathur, who is already here. Thank you very much for your support. We will remain committed to green building movement in India and the net zero mission of the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tyagarajan. So with this, we are formally closing the inaugural session. The dignitaries will go to the exhibition and formally inaugurate the exhibition, and we all assemble at 12:05. I repeat it, 12:05 for one of the most exciting technical session to start with. So I would request all the delegates to enjoy the cup of coffee and bring back all your cup of coffee and be there here in the chair at 12:15.